Hey guys, welcome to week number 7. So here we are, guys. I am finishing a good cup of coffee. If you guys were here, I would be sharing this coffee with you. Not that cup particularly, but this is what I'm drinking today. It's a Folgers Black Silk. Pretty good coffee, nice and strong. I am not a fan of Folgers to begin with. I think they're pretty generic. But this particular Black Silk actually has given me a second thought about it. So I recommend that if you guys are coffee drinkers and you have the K-Cup systems. Just wanted to get to you on week number 7, where we're at, what we're doing, what's going on, a recap of what's happened, and finish off this semester for you guys, or at least this first 8 weeks. So in regards to our weekly progress, we finished chapter 13 and 14, and we had a discussion about the hospital. There was some confusion in the beginning because the textbook, every now and then they update things and they move them around and they switch the story on me. So the case itself was about big changes in a small hospital. I think I catched it couple days into the initial involvement, but most of you guys have it right. So I apologize about that. If you did get the discussion in prior to the change, I will give you credit for what you've done. I will not take that from you. This week, though, we are faced with a couple of things. We're faced with leadership and change. Of course, leadership and change is always something that goes hand in hand. We talked about some of these theories in the past, where we talk about charismatic leaders and we talk about transformation leaders and how they adapt their styles to what's going on. But this particular chapter, I think, is going to be important for you guys because it's going to give you some transformational leadership styles that you can use when coming into a company that requires change in particular. So pay close attention to that chapter. I think it's very useful. I think it's going to help you in your careers. And then, of course, chapter 17, which is where we end in this 8-week process, is the skills for optimizing this leadership situation. As your discussion, we're going to have the 6 root causes of managerial incompetence and derailment. That is found within the chapter, so make sure you go and find that information before you post your discussion. Make sure you understand what it is before you make a comment. Don't invent 6 causes. Don't make up your own 6 causes. There already exist. I don't want a verbatim copy of the textbook. I want your thoughts of that and connect it to your world. Think about it in your company. Is there any of these signs present currently? Have you seen this in your past experiences? What I'm hoping you do is make these connections into real world situations that you can actually adapt. Other than that, I think this is going to be one of our final videos. The next one will be just kind of a farewell. If you are taking me in the following 8 weeks, I recommend that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that way you get to see the video before you post your discussion. Several of you have said, I would have loved to see the video prior to writing out my discussion. The loophole through that is subscribing to the channel, seeing when I post the video, watching the video on YouTube, coming back, and then doing your discussion. If you're not coming back, well, connect with me in some other form. I want to be a resource for you long term. I want to be on your side and on your team, cheering you on in your career. So I'm on LinkedIn. Look me up. Put me on your list of people to give you recommendations. I'll be more than happy to do that. Or in a personal level, if you want to connect with things that I do outside of school, which is stuff that I do for the community, I'm on Facebook. So you guys know my name. Connect with me there. Other than that, I think we have reached sort of the end. So here's what's to expect for next week. Next week is our final week. Our final week. And I'm not just meaning that by the last of the weeks, but the week that contains your final exam. Now, that week only runs from Monday to Friday. So please make sure that you are planning accordingly. There is no extensions. There's no extra time. This is final reviews, chapter 1 through chapter 17. All the chapters, of course, that we've talked about. The best way to study for this exam is to go over your weekly quizzes. Your weekly quizzes questions are most likely to come up in your final. All right. Well, guys, It truly has been a pleasure to spend some time with you. It's been a joy to kind of reach you through this medium. I think that this has been a great semester. Your communication back and forth has been excellent. I am going to be grading some stuff and putting in any zeros of any past work you did not finish. That way you understand, as of a final perspective, it's 10% of your grade. That's basically one letter grade. It could bump you up or it can knock you down depending on how you do. So I do recommend you take your time on this. Make sure you do it right. All right, guys, you know how to get in contact with me. You know where I'm at. I hope that we got you next 8 weeks coming up in other classes. If we don't, look me up in the spring or connect with me somehow in the social world. Have a great day, guys.